bittersweet, mixed emotions. These expressions probably describe what is in the hearts of just about everybody here. It's bitter because it's great change, significant change. But it is sweet in the sense that the legacy remains. But before I go any further, I want to make sure that we all understand that we're not here in any way at all to mourn, but we are here to remember very fondly special moments that took place in our lives and shaped our lives as a result of Archbishop Prendergast's Catholic High School for Girls. We're not here to share regrets about the changes, but we are here to recall the great gift of an alma mater, of a school, of a crown jewel of Delaware County that we affectionately call Prendie. And we're not here to say goodbye either, but we're simply here to follow the path of Prendie's future and her legacy into a new future. It's very important to understand the real reasons that we are here. There's much more to celebrate than there is to regret. Thousands and thousands of young girls came to this building barely after graduating from 8th grade, and thousands of girls left Archbishop Prendergast as extraordinary women who went far and wide wearing the easily recognized garnet stone, and they made their mark. They made their mark significantly as successful women in every field: in religious life, business, leadership, research, education, music and entertainment, and being entrepreneurs with accomplishments of all kinds, just to mention a few. Needless to say, so many of these same successful women were able to contribute to the great dignity of the sacrament of matrimony. And last but certainly not least, they have contributed significantly to the noble vocation of motherhood. And this is a vocation, motherhood, that is far more noble than we think. I graduated from Bonner, but I share very much most of the emotions that you feel today. I graduated in '69. In 1975, I returned to Bonner as a seminarian and a student teacher. The second year after my ordination to the priesthood, I was assigned as a full-time teacher for just 1 year. Took them no time to get rid of me from there. And then, to top it all off, I returned, I think it was the year 2002 or the beginning of the academic school year, as the president of Bonner High School, until Prendie and Bonner became two schools. You got to follow this very carefully. But one administration and one budget. Thank you, Archdiocese of Philadelphia. And after 56 years, our provincial had decided that our time at Bonner was completed, it was ended, and so the Augustinians withdrew. But my stronger connection with Archbishop Prendergast are my 4 sisters, 3 still living, 4 sisters who were graduates of Prendie. One in 1967, 1974, 1981, and 1983. Now, before I paint way too pretty of a picture, and you think that you might be in the wrong school, although I had 4 sisters, in 1967, or 63 to 67, I was not allowed to talk to my sister. You laugh because you know it's true. And right before Mass, I went to the boys' room, only to find out it's a ladies' room. And there I am in a line with Prendie graduates going to the bathroom. I would have been shocked in 1965. And I used to be very frightened when I passed Prendie not to look up at the front door in the event I would see a pretty girl. I was afraid I would turn to a pillar of salt. And what I really know of the good old days, I really heard from hearsay, rumored, from my older sister. But I do remember that there were, in those days, 3 great evils that could lead a Prendie girl straight to hell. The first was hairspray. The second was makeup. The third, nail polish. And in a category all of its own, the worst of all evils, men. This is what I heard. I do understand that it was rumored that if you came in to class in the morning with your hair all teased up, you, before lunch, had it all combed down. And it was rumored that almost every nun was a skilled seamstress. I didn't think you'd catch on that. With the eye of an eagle. And in the event, through some demonic issue, your skirt was not above the knee. With 4,000 girls in the hallway, they spotted you. Which leaves much like mine. And they didn't need a tape measure. How did they know if your skirts were too short?
Knelt down.
They knelt on the floor, and if the hem didn't touch the ground, we're dead. Some of them were very, very helpful and compassionate. So they would help whip out your head. So that all your mother had to do was yell at you first and then let it all the way down. This is going much better than I thought. Things that you never did were forget your chapel veil. Make sure there were no scuffs on those beautiful saddle shoes.
Oh, gosh.
And I may be exaggerating, I'm not positive, but I'm pretty positive. If you got caught kissing a boy, may they all rest in peace. Some of them were buried under the trees. Where are the younger Prendie girls? Does it sound like prehistoric. We laid the foundation with our blood on this. But on a more serious note, we are ever so grateful to the sisters and the teachers and the priests that contributed to the values and the morals of Catholic schools in the Archdiocese of Philadelphia, especially Prendergast, an all-girls Catholic high school. We realize now, much older, that everything that was done, some of the things that we are so quick to make fun of, were motivated by a tremendous caring. They were motivated by a devotion and dedication to the youth. They were motivated by a tremendous fidelity to Catholic faith. And everything that they had done, they were trying to simply lead, especially the girls, and the guys in Prendie as well, but the girls, lead them to a self-respect that they deserved, and that was meant to be preserved, so that they would have a good life and a happy life. And I dare say, without sounding too downsided, but it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if the pendulum would swing back just a little. We didn't have the things that everyone has today, but we did have many things that seem to have kind of disappeared a little bit. And you all know, as well as I, and those of you who have become moms and grandmoms know even better than I, how important the family is, and the family of God, which is the church. So we don't make fun of those sisters and lay teachers of the past. We thank God for them, we applaud them, and we will forever respect them. And now comes the time in the history of the world that Archbishop Prendergast building, and a beautiful building. When I was president here, I used to tell all the other presidents, it may need a lot of work, but I truly believe that Archbishop Prendergast was the most beautiful building in the entire Archdiocese of Philadelphia. Woo-hoo! And so we feel a little bit of that sadness in our hearts to say goodbye. But today's gospel fits perfectly with what we're celebrating. Zacchaeus wanted to stay up in the tree. He just wanted to take a peek at Jesus. He heard so much about this man. And when Jesus told him to come down, move from where you are and follow me, he was very, very much taken aback, and the public did not have nice things to say. This is a mistake. This is wrong. Jesus doesn't know what he's doing. And that's somewhat connected to what we have to do. As much as it would be more to our liking to stay, and I include myself in that, as much as we would like to stay, there is a better future, perhaps, if we move on, as we have to. Change is necessary. Change can often result in great things, but change stinks. When we finally sold the family home, I came from actually South Philadelphia, but moved in 1959 to Collingdale. It's a beautiful patch of green south of Sharon Hill. Resting between Darby
England. Woohoo!
It was a sad and very difficult time in the family, but the time came. And I went in every couple days for 10 months, and the final day came for the final walkthrough and then the sale of the house. And as I left the house once more, with tears in my eyes, I looked, and the last thing I saw was the imprint of the dining room table. We had a very, very big and heavy dining room table. We were Italian, we needed that. All we did was eat. But then I remembered it was at that table that all of the family values were born, our lives unfolded, and our vocations took us off one by one. And as sad as I was, I remembered saying to myself, if we keep those family values, the family will just continue to grow throughout the years. And that's what we are about today. To take that loyalty, those traditions, those values, and our Catholic faith with us in the future, so that Prendie will truly live on forever. One final story, very quick story. I forget the exact year, but when I was president and Sister Catherine was president here, we talked about an athletic facility. The long story short, it ended up in building 5 fields on the entire campus, belonging neither to Prendie nor to Bonner, but to the campus. We were the first in the Archdiocese of Philadelphia to build a next turf field of all the Catholic high schools in the Archdiocese. Although they never put it in their magazines, I don't know why. Nonetheless, there was one thing when I was meeting with the contractors, the builders, and everybody else involved in the project. I said, there's one thing you absolutely cannot move, change, or damage, and that is the statue of Mary in the front of the school. I said, I want it removed to be protected from all harm coming to it during the construction of the fields. I want it restored. I don't want it replaced. I don't want a new one. I want that one, but I want it restored. And after it was all over, we had it set on the hill once again, lit up so that everyone in this area could see it. And my final wish was to have it enshrined so as to honor the Blessed Virgin Mary, who played such an important role in this school. And I wanted it dedicated to all of the religious women that had dedicated their lives to this particular apostolic work of the church. And as a final note, as we all move on after today, what we want to do is to make sure that we do not compromise the values of Prendergast, the values of the church, the values of the world. We want to make sure that no harm comes to them. We want to make sure that we don't replace them with ideas or trends of the world. We want to set them back in place and to be lit up by a life of fidelity to God, so that everyone will see. And last but not least, we want to dedicate, rededicate, and renew our devotion to the Mother of God. Because what we celebrate today is in these very familiar words that you will soon sing by the end of the Mass as we bless your Prendie rings. Daughters true are we to Christ our King, so in faith we hail his reign, and as subjects loyal, his praises strong we sing, an allegiance pledged in refrain. In us traditions live, we eagerly display the colors that we raise aloft, the garnet and the gray. Loyalty, devotion fill us everyone, purity of Mary, fairer than the sun. May our every action now pattern Mary's own. In our God and country let us exalt. 'Neath freedom's shield we advance. With his strength and teachings guiding the result, alma mater fair enhance. To freedom's aid attend in forum or in fray, his sovereign blessings fall upon the garnet and the gray. May we, alma mater, faithful be to you, as we tread life's pathways in thy radiance true. Ut sine fidelis, our motto we renew. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Long live Archbishop Prendie, Catholic House.